Well, an active scene now in Davenport after a residential building, also known as the Davenport, collapsed this afternoon. That's our top story tonight. Local 4's Eric Olson is live at the scene in Davenport now with more. Hey, Eric.
All right, so right now the situation is this. We are staring at a lit up building of a building called the Davenport. It used to be known as the Landmark. About half of the west side of the building has come down. This is still a search operation. Now, a Medforce helicopter landed on Harrison Street a little while ago, and we saw a stretcher be wheeled down the street and wheeled in the direction of where the rubble is. So that maybe is an encouraging sign that there is some hope in this search operation. But again, we have not had any sort of official kind of confirmation from city officials about what that might have been about with that stretcher going into place. And we do not have an exact number of people that they have that are unaccounted for right now. Now, city leaders did brief us on exactly what happened and what they know about this situation at about 8 o'clock tonight. Let's take a listen.
We had a tragic event today, multi-building floor collapse. I want to say that our first responders, multi-agencies, responded with the sole purpose of finding people and getting them out of the building. We continue to do that.
I think our big thing is the stability of the building. We're not actually sure how stable the building is. Even while we are on scene, we did have multiple secondary drops of debris coming from that structure. We want to make sure that all of our responders are able to process through in a safe manner, but we still want to get through there as quickly as possible.
So just currently, the building owner did have permits to make exterior wall repairs. That was under direction of his hired engineer. So at this time, he did have permits in place for the repairs. So the tenants of this building are pretty active. They've called the city numerous times with complaints that for different things that were addressed by the city inspectors, and notice and orders were issued to the building owner for repairs.
Can you tell me what the recent was the last one, or do you know?
So the current notice of repair would have been on the wall work itself.
Stretcher moving pretty quickly here to the scene.
So again, we have a situation here where there may be an investigation involving the building's owners, involving the permits that were pulled. It's still way too early to say why this building came down, way too early. They were asked about that in the press conference, and they said obviously it's way too early. Their focus right now is again on a search mission, I see a dog actually now being walked down in front of me as well, and I asked about that earlier, and the fire chief wasn't aware of cadaver dogs or anything like that being involved, but I did see a dog just walk by in the hands of a police officer there. So, and again, we have Medforce on standby if they find something here. Now, imagine you live in this building, and it's a little bit before 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and all of a sudden the chaos begins. Well, that's the case for the people that lived in this building today, and we want to start with Robert Graham's story. His was pretty unique.
There wasn't no notice, this all came down like an explosion.
You gotta go back over to St. Anthony's, that's what they say.
Everything, the ceiling coming down, water started coming down. I was trapped on the 5th floor, I couldn't get out, so they had to have the ladder to bring me out in the bucket. I had to walk down.
So somebody had to get you out. Talk to me about
through the window. So what I did was, where the ceiling kept coming down, I threw a couch on me and wedged against the window before the debris wouldn't fall on me. And I left all my breathing equipment up there, because I have a breathing machine. So I left all my equipment, my medication, everything up there. I just came out there with myself.
So again, you had no notice, and then
there was absolutely no notice. It just came down like an explosion, like a bomb.
All right, and so now we're in a parking lot kind of across from this building, from the west side of this building, and a lot of the people that lived in this building, or a lot of the people that were concerned about people that lived in the building, they've gathered here, and there's still a lot of people out here watching tonight. While I was there, I met a man named Gene Cyphers. He lives on the 2nd floor. He's a little bit of an older gentleman, and he had quite a scare trying to get out of the building as well.
I was fixing something to eat. I heard a big bang, and power went off, and I didn't know what happened. I looked out in the hall. It was full of smoke, so all I had was my keys and my cell phone. When I got out, it was hard getting down the steps, and got out and cleared it.
You're on the second floor?
Yeah, I'm on the second floor, and I'm 86 years old, so I'm very lucky and blessed again. Blessed to live this long and blessed to get out without injuries, but I have nothing now.
Now, while we were listening to Gene's story, I saw another gentleman with the fire department walking another piece of medical equipment back in the direction where we saw that stretcher come from after the Medforce helicopter landed on Harrison. And I see Mayor Mattson right across from me right now. He's calling somebody over to have a conversation. But again, we have the Medforce helicopter on Harrison. We have a drone sitting here as well in case they need to get up and take a look at the wreckage here. And again, they're being very, very careful. This is a really dangerous operation for these rescue workers too, because of all that rubble. They don't know how stable the building is. They don't know whether the rubble underneath could shift and further cause some harm to anyone that might still be under there. And again, they have told us that they are still in search mode here, although they have not given us an exact number of people that they are looking for. So this is going to be a situation that is going to be going on all night long. They have lights set up out here, and we will, of course, continue to monitor things for you from out here in Davenport right now. All right, live for now in downtown Davenport, I'm Eric Olson, Local 4 News.
Eric, thank you for that information. We will continue to follow this story closely and have more information available at ourquadcities.com.